Hey, it's the start of a brand new season. 2013-14 season is upon us. It's week one. We're here at We Love Betting talking about the opening weekend of the new season. Marco here, how's it going?
It's going well, thanks Chris. Really looking forward to the start of the new season. Absolutely gutted I'm going to be away. I'm in Berlin on a stag do, so I'll see none of it.
Who are you?
Well, actually I am gutted, to be honest. Just really looking forward to QPR Sheffield Wednesday.
Anyway, hope you. I've heard you're a bit of a celeb these days. You're on the We Are Going Up podcast a couple of nights ago. Is that why we're wearing pink tonight? Is there new attire? Celebrity attire?
Pink comes out once a month.
We are. Anyway, moving on. Mark Christ almighty. Once a month, get that sorted out, mate. Anyway, let's kick on. Barnsley against Wigan is the first game we're going to talk about. Week one. It's a week one thriller in all but name. What's your bet?
It's a strange one actually, this one. It's counting a lot on what I feel about Barnsley and what I feel about Wigan really. So starting on Wigan, obviously that 8-year stay in the Premier League's over. I think I mentioned in the anti-post preview on the Championship that I'm not Owen Coyle's biggest fan. I think he's a bit of a weapon, to be honest. He's going to have to spend his summer trying to transform that club, to be honest, because it's going to be a complete transformation from what Roberto Martinez's team were lined up style-wise and tactics-wise. And I think the relegated Premier clubs have been slightly overestimated in the markets. I think if you look down at history, they genuinely have a poor record dropping down. I think none of them actually reached the top 6 last season. So I think they're in for a hard slog, especially when you try and change a team from that sort of losing situation, especially losing as many goals as Wigan did. And you look at Barnsley, the complete opposite really. Renewed vigour, zest, optimism around the place following the appointment of David Flitcroft, and why not? Because they won 12, drew 7 and lost 6 of his 25 games in charge. They only lost 2 of their last 12 as well, and there's a real buoyant mood around Oakwell. But my bet here is actually Barnsley to keep a first half clean sheet. Very specific.
As always, Mark.
As always, but there's reasons why. It's 3-4. Believe it or not, this is only the 5th time these two teams have met in league matches. Quite incredible. But Barnsley's ability to keep a first half clean sheet. Here you go. During their final 12 league games, they leaked a first half goal in just 2 matches. So 10 first half clean sheets in their last 12 games. And weirdly, on the opening day of last season, only 4 Championship clubs managed to score an away goal before half time. Talking of opening days, Wigan have only won 1 of the last 10 on the opening day. So if you think there's doubts over Coyle's ability and Wigan's ability to step up in the Championship, like myself, believe in Barnsley this season, then the 3-4 and a Barnsley home clean sheet in the first half. Get it all out there. 3-4.
It's amazing that Barnsley are still in the second tier. I don't mean to be patronising, but it is amazing. You know, I think we'll look back in 10 years' time when they're in the Skrillex Premier League and we'll
Skrill.
I'll say, wow, they used to be in the Championship, unbelievable. But anyway, they were in the Premier League, of course, 50 years ago. Anyway,
drink a bottle without the lid off.
Yeah, what a day. Second pick, League One. I'll just shut up. Peterborough United against Swindon Town. When you were a real Swindon hater in our videos on Sunday night. I guess you're opposing them here.
Yeah, plenty of reasons why. The club's in a really odd phase. The board seem completely focused on cost cutting and rebuilding that club, and it's such a different place from when Paolo Di Canio was in charge. Firstly, I think I mentioned in the anti-post videos as well that the Kevin McDonald appointment was a little bit strange, polar opposite to Di Canio. He left about a fortnight ago anyway. They've got Mark Turner now in charge, temporary charge. There was talk of Paul Tisdale taking the job, but that's cooled, and Turner's been sort of given the chance to prove himself. He's never really done that anywhere else. He's been a manager. He's never proved himself. He's pretty poor. They've lost their fans' favourite in Simon Ferry, club captain Alan McCormack, plenty of other players as well. Their top goal scorer James Collins. They filled the squad with Spurs loan players as well. So things not looking too good. Of course, away from home as well, they lost their last 4 at the end of last season and scoring just once. The fans have got absolutely no idea how they're going to do. And you look at Peterborough, it's just they're going in opposite directions here. Of course, they suffered that heartbreaking final day of the season, a goal in stoppage time to send them down. But Dwight Gale's moved on, but it's just today we're filming some Wednesday night. Britt Assomba Longa if I can say that name properly, from Watford,
Brett
signed as a replacement for Dwight Gale. They're unbeaten at home in their last 6 home league games, conceding just 3 in their last 5 at home, just in so much better conditions than Swindon. I actually expected to see them at odds-on prices. They're 21 to 20. I think that's an outstanding price. Tips Swindon to go down. 7 of their 8 away defeats came against clubs in 14th and above last season. The squad's thinner, weaker, lacking direction. Odds against quotes on Peterborough.
Odds against on Peterborough to beat poorly Swindon at the weekend. Mark likes that. Sporting Bet Mark likes that a lot. Third and final pick then. This was we dissed Southend a lot. we gave them a right kick up the arse on Sunday's videos, and it caused a lot of consternation amongst the coastal club's fans. James Wellham, I'm talking about you. And
Nick Watts wasn't too pleased.
Nick Watts wasn't too pleased either. But Southend are at home to Plymouth at the weekend on opening day, week 1 of League 2 season. Where's your cash going?
Certainly not with Southend. If I was Phil Brown and a Southend United supporter, there's plenty of other clubs in League 2 I'd rather play on the opening day, because Plymouth they're not going places, but they're certainly improving week on week, month on month under John Sheridan, who I think is a very good manager at this level. He's proved it before. They looked on course for their 3rd relegation in 4 seasons until he took charge. 8 wins, 4 draws from his 19 games saw them safe. They're well drilled, they're hard to beat, they're difficult, they're ugly. Everything you really don't want to play on the opening day. And you look at Southend, of course, we as you say, we dissed them quite heavily in the anti-post previews. Things just look dire for them. They lost their 2 top goal scorers. They lost Cresswell from the half defence as well. The best players have moved on. Outlook looks bleak. And I just don't get it, to be honest. Bookmakers have seemed to have priced up Southend outright and on this game based on what they've done in the last probably 2 seasons, which is hover around the playoffs. So I fancy Plymouth to avoid defeat. You can get them at 5 to 6 in the double chance market. Southend have failed to beat Plymouth in 9 of the last 10 head-to-heads, and they also ended last season failing to win any of their last 9 home matches. Also, quite interestingly, in 9 home games against teams in 16th and below last year, Southend won just once, so you would have been paid out in 8 of 9 games against League 2 strugglers. So 5 to 6 on Plymouth in the double chance market.
You're building up a good case there, Mark. Give us your Football League treble for this opening weekend of the season.
Always the most difficult as well, the opening day.
As I've discovered in Poland, of course. Apologies.
Yeah, I'm going to be playing it very safe this weekend. But Barnsley to keep a first half clean sheet at 3 to 4 against Wigan. Peterborough to win at 21 to 20 at Sporting Bet against Swindon Town. And finally, Plymouth Argyle double chance 5 to 6 away at Southend.
Excellent, I like it. That's Sporting Bet Mark's celebrity Sporting Bet Mark's picks for week 1 in his pink shirt. A bit long, but